You want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth about sports in the state of Michigan?
You can't handle the truth!
Well, we're giving you the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast, the show that provides research and statistics about all the Detroit and Michigan sports teams, whether fans like it or not, and detects, exposes, and reveals actual and hidden facts and truth that the mainstream media doesn't want you to know. No junk, no entertainment, no homerism, no slappiness, no coddling, no pop culture, no conspiracy theories, no opinions, no shilling, and no fluff. Head over to our website, themichigansportstruthpodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter, Periscope, and Instagram at Michigan_Truth, and like and share our verified Facebook page, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. Also listen to us on Spreaker, CastBox, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts via iTunes, and Spotify. The Michigan Sports Truth Podcast does not represent or defame any of the teams it covers. It only detects, exposes, and reveals honest, actual, and hidden truth, facts, and statistics about them.
And welcome to another episode of the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast on Spreaker, iHeartRadio, Spotify, CastBox, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. I'm Taylor Phillips. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DT2Phillips. This is another independent episode of the independent edition of our show. We are taking the week off from the Staples Network because there are other business arrangements going on. So that being said, that didn't take long. We got Tigers stats to break down, also some Lions news about quarterback Matthew Stafford. But first,
That one is long gone!
last Friday, Jeff Moss at night broadcasted a new Periscope at Jeff Moss 91 about how current general manager Avila broke the 2017 Tigers down to a terrible rebuild, adding bad players to the MLB roster and its farm system as well, whether they're old or young, and some draft picks. Now, Avila replaced Dave Dombrowski, who was fired in 2015, and Avila came in to measure analytics with Sam Menzen and tear down the team by selling for a terrible farm system. Which turned out to be terrible. Now, first off, the awful trades in 2017. Justin Verlander was traded on July 31st in 2017 to the Houston Astros, and they still pay him. The Tigers still pay him $8 million a year, and the Houston Astros have acquired him to be a Cy Young winner. And Verlander won a World Series in 2017. In exchange for that, the Tigers got pitcher Franklin Perez, catcher Jake Rogers, and center fielder Daz Cameron. Now, Franklin Perez, let's get to him first. He was injured multiple times in Class A Lakeland and has recorded 23 1/3 innings pitched in the entire minor league system. He's injured now again with Tommy John surgery. Not much productivity from Perez. Catcher Jake Rogers is currently in AAA Toledo. He has a slash line, last I checked, 210, 300, 403, 703 OPS. 2018 in AA Erie, 717 OPS, an average OPS of 720. He's more of a defensive catcher, just not good offensively. And then Daz Cameron from AAA Toledo in the outfield, center field, 213, 300, 391. That's a sub-700 OPS. That's 691. That's how bad those statistics are right there. The Tigers have lost that trade. You wait 2 years later. Another trade that the Tigers lost, J.D. Martinez to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Later on, last year, he won the World Series with the Boston Red Sox in 2018. In exchange, the Tigers got Dawal Lugo, who has a slash line of 245, 268, and 367, a 645 OPS, and a 69 OPS plus. Not good enough. Not terrible, but not good enough. They also got an exchange for J.D. Martinez, shortstop Sergio Alcantara, whichever you pronounce it, Slash line 233, 335, 293 OPS, 293 slugging percentage. That's a 629 or 628, whichever, OPS in Toledo. And Jose King, another shortstop. That's the third player the Tigers got in exchange for J.D. Martinez. Jose King, slash line 219, 292, 294, 586 OPS in Single A, West Michigan. Ouch. Another trade the Tigers lost. They gave away pitcher Justin Wilson and catcher Alex Avila to the Chicago Cubs for third baseman Jeimer Candelario and shortstop Isaac Paredes, now with the San Diego Padres organization. Candelario still with the Tigers, a slash line of 179, 277, 269, a 546 OPS. Candelario is injured currently and in Toledo, but was mostly with the Tigers the last year and a half. And shortstop Isaac Paredes, like I mentioned before, now with the San Diego Padres organization, 272, 358, 369 OPS, 369 slugging percentage. That's a 727 OPS. And finally, second baseman Ian Kinsler traded to the Los Angeles Angels for minor league outfielder Troy Montgomery. Currently playing in center field is Montgomery with a 151, 262, 245 slash line of 508, 507 OPS. Also in exchange for minor league relief pitcher Wilkel Hernandez, 453 ERA, 143 WHIP. That's walks and hits per innings pitched. That's a ratio. And finally, infielder Willie Castro in Toledo with a slash line of 326, 402, 482. That's 884 OPS, which is good offensively, but he makes too many errors, which is very bad defense. And Chris Ilitch, at that point, claims that he checks minor league stats and says he's excited about them. Chris Ilitch is only telling the media that because he likes to stir the positivity pot around and just dupe the media over and over and over again, like he did in Steve Eisenman's introductory press conference as general manager of the Wings. Now, Casey Mize, going to the draft picks, has right shoulder inflammation and is on the 10-day IL, the injured list, in AAA Erie. Before that, he was on fire. He threw a no-hitter. Now, a note, going to the rest of the draft picks, the Single A West Michigan Whitecaps are 21-46, a .313 winning percentage. Now let's get to the rest of them. Center fielder Parker Meadows, second-round pick, currently in West Michigan, 212, 302, 299 slash line, 601 OPS. First baseman Ronaldo Rivera, second-round pick, currently with the Whitecaps, 235, 316, 368. That's 684 OPS. Second baseman Cody Clemens, currently in Class A Lakeland, even worse, 230, 318, 415 slash line, 733 OPS. Catcher Joey Morgan, third-round pick, currently in AA Erie, but beforehand in Lakeland, 208, 333, 273, 606 OPS. Pitcher Kyle Funkhauser, third-round pick, currently in AA Erie, 764 ERA in AAA Toledo before being sent back down to Lakeland. Pitcher Gio Arriera, fourth-round pick, currently in West Michigan, 698 ERA in Lakeland. Center fielder Kingston Liniak, fourth-round pick, currently in West Michigan, 232, 271, 285 slash line with a 556 OPS. And those are the draft picks. The 2016 international signings. Also to be added, shortstop Wenzel Perez, a slash line of 207, 279, 268, a 547 OPS. John Sandoval, whatever position he plays. I didn't get it from Jeff, but thanks anyway. 467 OPS. Now for the free agent signings from last offseason. Matt Moore, before he suffered that season-ending injury, probably a torn ACL or a Tommy John surgery injury or whatever. He signed to a 1-year, $2.5 million contract, 2 starts, 0.00 ERA, 0.40 whip, 9 strikeouts and 10 innings pitched, allowing just 3 hits and 1 walk before he suffered that season-ending injury. He's off the hook, but otherwise, Tyson Ross as starting pitcher, 1 year, $5.75 million. That's 5.75. 7 starts, 6.11 ERA, allowing 24 earned runs total, 167 whip because he allowed more than 1 hit per inning, 25 strikeouts, 18 walks in 35 1/3 innings pitched. He's currently injured. I don't know when he'll be back, but who cares? Those statistics are really bad, unlike Matt Moore's. Another bad free agent signing, Josh Harrison at second base, 1 year, $2 million, flat. Slash line of 176, 219, 265 with 1 home run, 7 doubles, 6 walks, and 26 strikeouts in 36 games played. A negative 0.8 WAR value level. Wins above replacement. He's currently injured. Shortstop Jordy Mercer, who's also injured as well. 1 year, $5.25 million, $5.25 million, in other words. Slash line 206, 275, 317, 1 home run, 4 doubles, 5 walks, and 13 strikeouts in 19 games played. Sub 600 OPS, which sucks. And finally, utility infielder Gordon Beckham. 1 year, $700,000 as a washed-up veteran. Except he has 235, 333, 441 slash line, 3 homers, 8 doubles, 2 triples. That's 13 extra base hits this season, which is not bad through 2.5 months. 11 walks, 33 strikeouts in 39 games. He just strikes out too many times. 774 OPS. Not too shabby, but not too great either. Plus his defense is terrible, just like everybody else is on this MLB roster. So what does that tell you, people?
You are pathetic!
The Tigers organization and its farm system doesn't supplement their draft picks, international signings, free agent signings, or their trades they have made over the course of the last 2 or 3 years. The only 2 good draft picks the Tigers have got have been Casey Mize and Manning from last year's MLB draft, 2018. And on the other hand, Matt Boyd and Shane Green are the only 2 guys on the Tigers MLB roster that are trade pieces, but there appears to be nobody good for them to get in return. This is how badly they're rebuilding in general. Their rebuild is going, if anyone thinks it's good. Their farm system is statistical garbage, and it starts paramount with player development. And owner Chris Ilitch commends Avila for doing what he calls, quote-unquote, a wonderful job, unquote, and thinks this organization is making progress and will be a lot sweeter. Are you kidding me?
You stupid.
First and foremost, they're doing a horrible job, and secondly, they're not making any progress, which is why it won't even get the slightest amount of any better. Chris Ilitch is clearly not aware of what the hell is going on with their farm system, and most importantly, he doesn't care, which is what I and several of my followers have pointed out several hundreds of times. That's why this organization as a whole, including their MLB roster and their farm system, is going nowhere anytime soon or later, just as long as Chris Ilitch and Avila are running it in the administration and front office. Chris Ilitch is pulling Avila's strings the wrong way entirely, and he keeps duping the media as well, and Avila enables it all like a little puppy dog. And the Tigers are stuck with them because there aren't any names anywhere that they can be replaced with as of right now. Their rebuild, which has been mentioned way too many times, started out poorly, and now it's just getting even worse, and it won't improve anytime soon. Nobody in the organization has cared. I don't think that anybody ever will from this point forward. Even executive of baseball analytics, Sam Menson, isn't doing anything to top it all off. So, what else is there to say? There's no other way to sugarcoat it. It's all terrible and pathetic.
Touchdown, Detroit Lions!
According to a report from Ian Rapaport just recently, quarterback Matthew Stafford had played with a broken back last year with tiny fractures. So, I'm thinking, my first knee-jerk reaction was actually accurate. Why did the Lions even let him play the rest of the season when they were already out of playoff contention? They finished their 2018 season with a 6-10 record, 6 wins and 10 losses. The question now is, this year, is Stafford going to play 100% on the field? Who knows? Chances are he's going to play a lot healthier to start off with the season, but can he stay healthy? Only time will tell. Want to know what's even better? He's playing with a better offense, including an offensive coordinator in Darrell Bevell with playoff experience in the NFL level, and he's got players like tight end Jesse James and Tyler Flowers. So there. And that wraps up another episode of the independent edition of the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. We'll be back sometime. Another reminder that the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast is also primetime on Blog Talk Radio under Mancini Sports on the Stables Network, which we are taking the week off from momentarily. We will be back next week, Wednesday at 9:30, unless plans change. Listen online at blogtalkradio.com/Mancini Sports. And if anyone is interested in our primetime edition, in sponsoring our primetime edition on the Stables Network, please email our fine producer, Mark Mancini, at mancinisports@yahoo.com. Check out our new website, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. Also, check out and like its verified Facebook page, the Michigan Sports Truth Podcast. And follow its Twitter, Periscope, and Instagram accounts at Michigan_Truth. Thanks very much for listening, downloading, and sharing. Stay smart, Michiganders. TTFN, ta-ta for now. And him with a high.
The Michigan Sports Truth Podcast does not represent or defame any of the teams it covers. It only detects, exposes, and reveals honest, actual, and hidden truth, facts, and statistics about them.
Mission complete.